Happy New Year, everybody. What's poppin'? It's Talking Growth, episode 8, you dig? So today we got a really special episode to kick off the new year, you feel me? We got a real special guest. Her name is Nicole. And over the past few years, she's been battling cancer, and she's survived. She defeated cancer, And so I think that it's an important story for her to talk about, the trials and tribulations and things that she's been through during that time. So she just joined. Let's get it popping. We're gonna request her in. Hold on. Growth episode 8, you did.
Oh shit.
What's popping? What's popping?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm
It's
doing good.
2021.
I know it's 2021.
What does that mean to you?
New year. Don't have to deal with the same shit I was dealing with last year.
On everything. We just trying to increase value, increase everything.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it. So Nicole, what kind of cancer did you have? Like what kind of situation was that?
It was stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, classic Hodgkin's lymphoma. So like my lymph nodes all over my body were
Wow.
yeah.
How
So
did you find something like that out? Like, were you feeling a certain type of way and then you decided to go get checked out?
had I not gotten a lump on my neck, I probably wouldn't have gone for a while. But because I got a lump on my neck and it started growing, my ex-mother-in-law, who's a nurse, told me to go get it checked out. And
Right.
all the symptoms that I was having made a lot more sense. I just thought I was a newly tired mom, but it turned out to just be cancer. So,
Hmm. This
yeah.
happened right after you said became a new mom?
To my second kid, yeah, I had just had my son in September 2017, and I felt the lump January 2018.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of like difficulties did you have to go through during that time? Like take me back to your initial reaction of finding out that that's what the lump was like.
Um, I was in Target. No, it was Toys R Us. It was before Toys R Us closed down. I was getting stuff for my son, and I got the call, and I just like stared out into space and just like didn't know how, like it didn't seem real because I thought I never would be that person to have to
Right.
deal with that because I had been healthy all the way up until then.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was, I don't think it even hit me even during chemo how real it was until I started getting really sick from chemo. And that's when I was like, oh shit, like
Wow, you
this
actually went
sucks.
through the whole chemo process and everything too, huh?
Yeah, chemo and radiation.
What is that?
The radiation or the chemo part or both?
Both, yeah, both. You talk to somebody that don't know anything about that.
Neither did I. So I had gotten a port and I was given 4 different drugs that were chemo. And I was given chemo every 2 weeks because I was young and pretty much still healthy, minus the whole cancer thing. So they wanted to hit me hard. So I was getting the strongest drugs they had for 6 months every 2 weeks. And then when I was done with that, I had to do radiation every day for a whole month.
So chemo is drugs basically.
Yeah, to kill the
What kind
cancer.
what is it though? Is it like a liquid or something you inject,
Yeah,
something like that?
it is a
It's a
liquid.
liquid.
I had a port put in. I actually have the scar still, but I had a port put in and they would put something into that and just have me connected to the little machine.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So were you hospitalized a lot during that time or
Only when I had to get my port and then when they wanted to make sure I didn't have the cancer in my bloodstream.
okay,
Other than
okay.
that, I was good.
That's smooth. So it sounds like you didn't really have too much of I mean, I'm sure, it's difficult dealing with all. What was the radiation like? What is the radiation? So that's the chemo, but radiation. What do they
Uh,
do?
it's kind of like I don't know how to explain. So it's like a laser that you can't really see, but I wish I had the picture still. I had a full mask put over my head to hold me still, and
Wow.
then it would just go right here where they had initially found the lump because it was still there even after chemo.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so for it wasn't that long. It was like maybe 10, 15 minutes every day. I would get it done. And it would look like a sunburn. Like I had a line go straight down where this was white and this was like burnt.
Like a straight line, like showing that's where they.
Yeah, like you could tell they just did it right here.
So but what is that though? Like they like burn it in a sense, something like that. Like how
It's
would
like
you have a memory?
radioactive. I don't know how to explain it. They explained it to me, but it's like so much was going on that I wasn't really like
You wasn't tripping, like
holding
just
on to it. Yeah.
okay. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So so a lymph node, like how did you like how did you do you know how you got that, or is that something that's like inside of all of us and it just got
Yeah,
like
we all have lymph nodes and everything, and it could happen to anybody. It's not, it mainly happens in younger people and a lot of males, actually. It's unfortunately, it does happen in a lot of young males, but majority of the people who do have it are younger people, like between their teens and 20s. But
mm-hmm.
anybody can have it because I know when I was working at Rayleigh's, I had a customer because I was wearing my head wrap because my hair hadn't grown back yet. And she was telling me how she had Hodgkin's and now she had non-Hodgkin's. And she was like 60 or 70 years old. So it could really
Wow.
happen to anyone, but majority of it is a lot of younger people.
So you said you had the head wrap. They had to do your hair. Is that for the radiation, or is that
No,
for
I lost
the
my hair, so I wore head wraps to cover it up because I didn't have any hair. So
well you like lost it over time, or did you like cut it? You know what I mean? Like as you were losing
yeah.
it, or
Well, so after my second round of chemo, I believe, is when it really started falling out. And I was gonna wait, but then it was so much that I was like, let's just shave it off. So I had my friend shave my head for me. And then you could like feel it was majority in the back where I really lost all of it, and it was like skin, like the baby's bottom.
oh
And then I
wow,
lost
okay.
my, yeah, eyebrows and eyelashes, all that.
You had to shave that, or you lost that?
No, these ones I lost. And I wouldn't grow hair anywhere else. Like it stopped everything.
Wow. And you say you had
Yeah.
to do it 2 times. So like how long was the whole process? How long were you dealing with that whole the whole treatment?
Altogether probably 7 months, 7.5 months.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
or 8, because there was a few instances where I had to get teeth removed, and they wanted me to they had to postpone my chemo a couple times so I can get that done. So it lasted longer than it should have.
You said you had to get something removed? I'm sorry, I
My
didn't.
wisdom, or yeah, I had to get my wisdom teeth removed because they were
Oh,
bothering me, and they're like, take care of that, and then we can go back to chemo.
right. Okay. Okay. Wow. So
Yeah.
that's a whole what was your emotions like during that time of chemo? Like were you in positive spirits? Were you like feeling I can imagine anybody kind of going through that type of situation. That must be a difficult time for you and your family. So, um,
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
So
but you made it now. So
me
it's
being,
you can laugh at that stuff.
yeah, me being a mom of two, like I still had to be a mom.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that I still had to do everyday things because of the fact that I was a mom, it was harder for me to sit there and think about what I was going through. But then
Hmm.
there was the fact that my kids really didn't know what was going on. Thankfully, my son was not even a year old. He was like 6 months old. My daughter was, I think, how old was she? Like 6 or 5 when I went through
Oh,
it. So she knew I was sick, but she didn't know the extent of it. And then
right.
my ex-husband and I, it was a hard time. It was a bad time. And
Right.
that actually, like, what happened that year is literally a majority of the reason of why we're not together anymore. But everything happens for a reason. So,
So you felt like it was a lot of difficulty time during that process.
yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
okay. I can imagine how that's I mean, at the end of the day, you're supposed to be there to support your partner, especially if you're going through I don't know too much about the situation, but I
Yeah.
you're supposed to support, you're supposed to, especially something like that. But do you feel like, okay, so that means you had to do more of the everyday is what it sounds like. um do you feel like that helped you in a sense though? Kind of, some people you probably would figure would just sit there and think about it all day. And I don't think that really kind of helps the situation by you kind of being more like up and active, and you kind of almost maneuvering around. Like it sounds like you were maneuvering as if you didn't really have it. Like you said, your daughter didn't know that your daughter knew that you were sick,
Yeah.
but it seems like you weren't displaying like how sick it was. So you got to give yourself a pat on the back and a round of applause for that. You know what I mean? For real,
Yeah.
on
Thank you.
everything. Excuse me. But do you feel like that was something that kind of helped you out during that time, or do you feel like it was just a lot of like you know commotion?
No, it definitely did. Had I not had anything to do, I think my depression would have been a lot worse. And being a busy mom definitely made the process go by faster. And I wasn't sitting in my shit on a daily basis. So in between chemos, like my first 3 days after chemo were the worst, but then I got my energy back. So it was pretty easy for me to just bounce back after each chemo.
What do you mean it got worse? Like
It
how,
makes
how
you sick. It makes you feel like crap, for sure.
like what are some symptoms that you would like go through during like the heightened times where it just like really like felt like where you felt like crap, like how like what were some of the symptoms? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So being very tired, me being very nauseous, not being able to eat, not it wasn't as bad as what my doctor said it would be, and I think it's because I was still young, but very like very nauseous was the big one. Like I could not, I just felt bleh for the first few days after chemo. I would
Nauseous, that's
literally sit in bed.
right. That's like throwing up and all of that type of stuff, the nauseous.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So so besides you kind of being more active, like do you feel like like, so I'm sure they probably like put you on other things besides the chemo, you know what I mean? Like, do you feel like those help? Because I'm somebody that really like, I don't really believe that like, I mean, I believe medicine works, but I don't believe in like, um, and I don't really want to get like too personal and all that stuff, but I know you said you was dealing with depression, so I can imagine them kind of like putting that on you with what you were already going through. Is that accurate? Like, were you taking
Um,
like that type of stuff?
so I didn't start taking, so I was taking meds during, but they were majority like anti-nausea meds, and I was smoking weed to help go to sleep and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
then,
That's better than the
yeah,
right.
but after I was done with chemo, they refer you to a therapist because it's like you're going through something very traumatic, so they want you to talk to somebody about it. And that's when it was like November 2018 when I got onto meds for that. But I'm no longer on those meds because they don't treat your body well at all. Like I'm a million
Right.
times happier not on them. So,
Yeah.
but it helped during the time. Like I was going through a lot. My marriage sucked. I was going through chemo. I was a mom. I was trying to like do so many different things to make my life back to normal that like I couldn't
Right.
get a grasp on my emotions, and that it's what I needed at the time. So,
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, that those can be those are some difficult times. So take me into 2020. Okay, with this virus and everything. How has this virus affected you, like in your personal life? Um, yeah, in your personal life. Like how's it affected you in your everyday movement?
I've been blessed enough to still work because I'm a caregiver, so it
Oh,
hasn't affected me like that. Um, I, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, fortunately for me, my life was actually the best I've had in a long time. Like for
right.
me and my kids moved into our first place together since I left my husband. I did break my ankle, but that was because I was an idiot and driving while tired. Don't do that.
How you break it
Um,
driving? What you got to do a crash?
yeah, I was so tired. I was working like 9:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. every single day on top of like taking care of my kids, and I wasn't getting good sleep, so it like caught up to me and I ended up crashing. So,
Yeah, sleep is important. I'm trying to learn that myself. I be up
yes,
different times of the day and I'll be tired. So yeah, sleep most definitely is important.
it is for sure.
But other
But
than
as
that, you right.
it's been good.
It's
I
been
mean, I hope
smooth.
this year's better because it can be better. So,
Right. Right. That's smooth. That's smooth. So so now take me into 2021. Like what's your like mindset moving into this new year? Like how are you attacking this new year? 2020 was a good year for you. What's the mindset? How you moving forward in 2021? Excuse me. Shout out to everybody in here.
yeah, I'm hoping to buy a home by the end of the year. Like that's my goal. So I'm gonna do whatever I have to get that because at this point, besides figuring out my career, that's my only other goal is to have a house for my kids to call their own and not be renting anymore.
Okay. Okay, absolutely. Yeah. Owning property, just owning things in general, owning assets, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
important. Absolutely. Um, and what was I gonna say? Uh, so are you totally like cancer free? Like, is it a slight chance that like things might come back up? Is that something that you're worried about, or is it completely gone?
So unfortunately, I had just had a scan like a couple months ago, and my oncologist said there is no active cancer, but I do have like lymph nodes in my body that they aren't 100% sure if they're gonna turn into cancer or not again. And I still have the lymph node in my lungs that was initially there when I first got diagnosed that hasn't gone away.
Hmm.
So now I still have to, that was supposed to be my last scan, like that was supposed to be the hurrah, but now I have to still get blood work done, still get scans done, just keep an eye on it so that if it does turn into cancer, I can catch it earlier rather than later like last time. So,
So how do you move forward, like with knowing that? Like, is it always like some type of, excuse me, kind of like a worried feeling that that's going to come back, or are you like, is your mind just completely focused on moving forward, and like if that comes again, then you're going to attack it then?
yeah, I don't think about it too often unless like it gets brought up. Then I'm like, well, shit, this fucking sucks. Or like memories on Snapchat pop
Right.
up and I'm like, damn. But
I feel bad bringing it up. Like,
no, it's okay. Like that's what this whole thing was about, so I was ready for it. But for the most part, I'm so busy all the time that I don't think about it like that unless I get a call from my doctor too, where she's like, "Oh, we need to get a scan done," or "I need you to get blood work done." But other than that, like I, it doesn't even phase me until it gets brought up. So
okay, okay. Well, that's a good thing. It sounds like you didn't really move forward. How does like so so the kids are a little bit more older now since that happened. Do they kind
yeah.
of know more about it now, or are they still kind of like it was? The situation was what it was.
My daughter knows for sure now. Like, she understands that I had cancer and that I was really sick and that I went through chemo and all that. My son, no. Like, he was young when it happened and he still can't grasp the concept because he's only 3.
Right.
So, but my daughter, she's super like loving and supportive. So she like I don't know. I love having her around.
But yeah, you
She's
gotta
a
have
good
your number
girl.
one supporter. That sounds like number one supporter right there, you know?
Yeah, she is. She is for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, so I'm freestyling right now because I usually have like a book of questions and I usually just go off of the questions. But lately I just been kind of it's free talk, So um, what else do I got for you? What else do I got for you? I'm probably gonna edit this part out too. But at the end of the day, it sounds like you've been doing your thing. Okay, I want to get into why you deleting your since we're since we on the live, why are you
God
deleting?
damn it. Um,
Let's
I don't
wrap it
know.
up.
So I have really bad anxiety, like really bad. I'm about to get it looked, but not looked at, but I'm about to get it taken care of. But
How you get
I
something like that taken care of?
you talk to a psychiatrist
Oh,
and
okay.
they help you figure things out,
How
or
much
I can
how much are you paying that psychiatrist if you don't mind me asking?
0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good health
That's a good.
insurance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um, I don't know. Sometimes I just need a break. Like last year, I took a few months off. I'm not going to delete like the actual account. I'm just going to delete the apps off my phone because sometimes you just need to like mentally clear your head and just have some time to yourself to like figure things out. And that's what I need to do. But
On everything.
it takes over your life
I just came
sometimes.
back. I just came back on Instagram last year. Like I've been gone maybe for like I'm looking at my other Instagram page. It was like 2017. So I'm like,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
a 2 year break from Instagram, and it's a whole new thing. It's whole new thing, whole new me, whole new identity. You feel me? Like we just trying to you know uh, approach social media with a different mindset.
Yeah.
So, what kind of advice would you give people that are dealing with cancer right now that may be going through what you went through during that time? What type of positive advice would you say to those people?
To definitely take the support groups that they give you. I didn't do that and I felt alone, but I had other issues going on in my life to where I was trying to like fix my marriage. So my main focus wasn't the fact that I was dealing with cancer, but to
You said
definitely,
marriage, huh?
yeah, I was trying to fix it because I was the problem. But my oncology nurses would give me numbers to talk to people that had already been through what I've been through, and I never used them. And I wish I did because nobody really knows what you're going through except for people who have been through it when it comes to cancer. Like they can say, "Oh, I'm here for you. You can talk to me." And that's cool, but to like really feel what it is that we have to deal with, it's nice to have someone who knows exactly how that feels.
On everything, right? What makes somebody not be so open to that process, to those numbers, to those programs?
For me personally, I know I was just not trying to talk to new people. Like I I I suck at reaching out
Right.
and that's why I didn't reach out and minus everything else, but um I don't think it's your ego. I think people are just scared to talk to new people because they don't want to
Right.
be judged regardless if you guys are in the same situation. Not everyone's nice, sadly.
Exactly. That's why I take people like you to come out and explain the story and like, is this something that you did? Like, I mean, not as far as talk about it, but like maybe like when you were going through that, were you maybe like researching or like watching stories of other people that may have been going through it, or were you just totally
Ye- Yeah,
right?
so I
Right.
had Instagram and stuff, and I would follow accounts of women going through the same thing I was going through,
Right.
or I would watch YouTube videos about women that were going through what I went through and they documented it. So that helped. Like I didn't reach out to anyone personally, but watching helped me. So
Okay, that's amazing. Hopefully we can do the same thing, with this live. We could bring somebody, the courage to at least reach out to handle it well. It sounds like you handle it well. It's if I could just put my Coach Shig hat on, you feel me? It sounded like, the biggest problem in your whole cancer thing was the marriage. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? Hey, but it's all,
yeah.
it's all good. So,
Now we're friends and we're good. We're
right,
co-parenting. So I feel like
right,
everything does happen for a reason, and I feel like I believe in God. So I feel like the cancer thing what isn't God's fault. Health wise, that God has nothing to do with your health. Like you need to take care of yourself.
right.
But it makes you he like put me in a position where I got to see how people really were because I didn't see it prior or I was ignoring red flags prior. So it like brought to light the things that I needed to stop ignoring. So it helped. Like unfortunately that happening helped me out so much.
You gotta weed the people out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta weed people out that ain't real. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
They not real, them colors is gonna show. You know what I'm saying? So it's about surrounding yourself by real people. You might be alone for a cool minute. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. You feel me? You
Yeah.
gotta everything happened for a reason. For real. Well, Nicole, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? I know this was a difficult time you went through, and my boy got to close the music. You know what I mean? And we love you. You know what I'm saying? It's Talking Growth, episode 8. Thank you so much for sharing your story. You got any last words for anybody or?
I've been through a lot, so so anyone can reach out to me
Fuck
about
cancer.
huh?
Fuck cancer. Fuck
Yes,
cancer.
fuck cancer.
Hey, that's the vibe we got going right now.
That's
So,
really funny.
we live from Reno, coming back home to California today. So, he just chilling, He got the vibe going. It's like some outro shit. But anyway, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I know you deleting your thing, but you most definitely can keep in contact with me if you like. Maybe you could disappear and hop back on the live. We could do something else again. You know what I mean? For real.
Possibly,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
go your Snapchat.
He this probably.
Go your Snapchat up there.
Oh, everything. But it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. So,
Yeah, thank you for having me.
oh yeah, no problem.
Man, I went to school with you too. I went to Army up Fairfield High. You feel me? Straight up, you did. So we love you.
We gonna let him get it. We gonna let him get his
You.
5 minutes.
We love you, baby. You did. We love you straight up. You did.
You went to Armio?
Yeah, I went to Armio, went to Fairfield.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
went to all of them. I was bad.
Oh, I went to San Diego too. I went to the newer one though, not the old one.
Okay, yeah, hold it down. All right now. Well, shit, what you doing right now? What you got planned for today?
I'm about to go to work.
Okay, well, work then. You dig? She's a working girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's get a live. Let's get some words real quick. Hold on. Let's get the R. Kelly going. Let's get it.
Oh, you don't do the R. Kelly, you dig?
What's wrong with R. Kelly?
Yeah, you already know, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with R. Kelly.
Hey, one love, baby. You real beautiful. You understand me? And you dig? I give it all up to you. For me, that's a hard fight. You dig? Putting up with the cancer. My granny got cancer. You feel me?
Oh, I'm
I think it's
sorry.
in remission right now. You dig? I don't really know what's going on, but you dig? Hell yeah, I'm happy that you live in life. You dig? People gotta
Yeah,
let
thank
you
you.
live too. Hell yeah, for sure. And I think this chemo killing niggas so 1,000. You feel me? Cause you felt drained, like you felt like you ever seen Hercules?
No.
You feel me? That nigga had his glow. Like you glowing right now, baby. I'm gonna tell you. You feel me? You did. But then when you go through this chemo, you did. They make you lose your glow and shit. Literally draining you and shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You dig? Looking like Hercules, hella weak and shit. Can't even got the muscles or nothing no more. Like, nigga, like, bro, I need to hit the gym. Like, bro, I look like, you feel me? Like, damn,
Yeah.
bro. I know, bro. Like, feel me? I watch my Grammy, you feel me? But you can tap in with TYE though all day. Outback Daddy on the net all day. Yeah.
Yeah, had to let him shoot the shot. You know what I'm saying? You know, shoot the free throw, shoot the jumper. You know, on everything. You know, how can I deny it? How can I deny it? You feel me? But we out. I appreciate you. I hope
Bye.
you tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? At a later time. You dig?
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Talking Growth, episode 8. Oh, we still alive. Hold on, wait a minute. Hey, should I bust the freestyle? Hey, hold on. I ain't even gonna do it. We're gonna end it. Talking Growth.